Is owning a motorcycle, is riding a motorcycle worth it? Okay, the short answer to that question is yes, most definitely it is worth it. I am glad I have made this investment, okay? And so the longer version, let me kind of elaborate on that, you feel me? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. All my riders out there, man. This guy's on the dirt bike with the no gear on. All right, we got some dodgy roads too. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're out here cruising. You know, and I've always been like a moto head, you know. Before getting into motorcycles, I've always been a car guy, you know. I've always had a fascination for going fast and engines and stuff like that, right? So yeah, in a way, I was eventually going to discover or get really involved in motorcycles. But before this, it was cars and stuff like that, you know. That was my thing. But ever since I saw videos, a lot of the OG moto vloggers out there, you know, I used to watch them guys all day long, man. Just longing for the day I could get my own motorcycle, you know. So this is my first one. I waited so long, you know, times was just could never afford one, really, you know. So as I grew older and older, you know, got better and better, you know, finally got the money to get one, and here we are today, you feel me? Here we are today. And so all that time I wanted a motorcycle, and that's the thing, like, ever since then, like, I would say like 8th grade towards the beginning of high school is when I really wanted one. And so I've held on to that for so long. Like, normally people would just like lose interest in it and stuff like that. Nah, man, over time it may have not been as strong in sometimes or something like that. But I've always had some sort of passion for eventually owning one day, you know, because I always watched those motor vlogs and I saw what it gave people, what it did for people, you know. Motorcycles can be an outlet, you feel me? It could be what gives you that youth back, you feel me? I see why a lot of people go to these when they get a little bit older. These machines here, they're a little bit different than cars. I feel a lot more free on this motorcycle than I do in the cars. Now, cars, depending on what you're doing, right? You can go sliding, you can go to drag strip. There's different ways, and those are fulfilling too. I like those as well. But nothing quite hits the spot like that, like a motorcycle, the 2 wheels and taking twisties and stuff like that. That's a different itch that this hits for me, and I love it, man. I still love it to this day. And up until that point, I've always, like, I just imagined myself riding one. I would long for the day until I got one. Now that I finally got one, it's everything that I thought it was. A lot of things you overhype in life. Yeah, you think you want it, but you don't really. Once you get it, it's like, it's not that. You know, even this 300cc is giving me what I wanted. This is what I wanted, and I can't wait to upgrade, you know, and expand on those experiences. You know, I don't really do a lot with this yet. I don't do stunting or anything like that. I don't go to the track yet. Just me riding this R3 right here, man, is everything that I've wanted since that young age. And so, like I said, you want to feel young again, you know, you want to, this is like going out for drives too, you know, late night drives. If you want to relax for the day, if you want to cool off, if you want to have fun, if you want to scratch that adrenaline itch, if you want to feel young again, these babies right here, these fabulous, wonderful machines right here are the way to go, you know. And that is the long answer. That is the long answer. I still love this. I love this bike here, man. 300cc's. I love this bike. It looks good. Yamaha, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Yamaha. At the time of this, I think it's like a Yamaha R9 is coming out or something like that. Awesome. I can't wait to upgrade and to expand further. Like I was saying earlier, there's all types of things you can do to expand it. Now, it is worth noting that it can be expensive, obviously, like most hobbies or most like material things, you know, but it just depends on what you get. If you balling like that, go ahead and get an Ace 2 and stuff like that. I don't think the insurance is just as bad if you're like the right age, but hey, if you want to drop 30 grand on the bike, go ahead. But you can always find something for the low, especially from other riders. You know, the community is pretty good for the most part, you know where you at, you know. You can get a good bike, 300 cc's, 400, 650, all the way up to liter bikes. You can find somewhere else. You don't have to go to a dealership, all right? This is something that appeals to most age groups as well. Women, men, you know what I'm saying? 18 all the way up to, you know, whatever. I see people of all ages, everything. This is a community and that's what I like about it. It's like a community, you know? Anybody who's out here riding, man, is like one big old family. Even though some distant cousins don't want to act right, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Ain't everybody act right, but it's like a big old community out here. That's what I like about it as well. But it doesn't have to be expensive at all. If you want higher CCs, you'll pay a little bit more, but you know, that's just about it. But that excitement, that thrill, that feeling, that experience, you can get that on something. You can get that on 250s and 300s. I'm telling you, you can get that same excitement, that same adrenaline. You get that same feel on 250s and 300s. I can't really speak for scooters, you know, but you can get that feeling on these lower CC bikes. So don't think you got to start off with, that's a misconception. Don't think you got to start off with the biggest, with a big CC engine in order to have fun or fit in, man. These guys are pretty good too, man. So if you're on the fence about it, you feel me? If you have the money to do so and you're on the fence about it, you know, it's good to make good financial decisions. But you know, if you're on the fence, you got the money, you're on the fence, you got the gear, or you're talking about getting the gear or something like that, y'all, hey, go ahead. You know, you only go get older. That's my message to you. You only just go get older. And the last thing I want, me personally, is to have a regret going to the grave, you know. I don't normally get intimidated by a lot of stuff, man, but yeah, I was the same way trying to get my first bike, you know, even this 300 here. Granted, I didn't take a course or nothing like that. I just got my permit and went and bought a bike and started and taught myself. I think I turned out pretty good. I think I turned out pretty good. But if you're on the fence, go ahead. You're only getting older, and you don't want it to be a regret. You can always return, you know. Well, it depends. I don't know how that works, but pretty soon you can return it, sell it, you know, by the bean, by the moon, or you can try it out. Maybe you got a buddy, family member, friend who has a bike, and you can try theirs out too. But it's definitely, the point is definitely worth pursuing. It's definitely worth owning one of these guys. You know, just do it according to your own budget and your own needs. Don't look at what everybody else doing. You know, maybe you don't want to go big. Maybe you want a cruiser. Maybe you want an adventure bike. Maybe you don't want a sport bike. Maybe you don't want a big engine or something like that. You know, do you kind of tailor it to what you want to do? Tailor your experience for you. That's what kind of ruins it for people. They try to do what other people are doing and they don't like it, and they think that's all that is all there is, you know, when you just haven't found your thing yet, you know, in a lot of cases. Okay, so like I said, food for thought, you feel me? But appreciate y'all for tuning into the video. If y'all like the video, go ahead and leave it a likes up and subscribe while you're at it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in though. Have a good day.